This is Zombie Army 4 Dead War. We're on Xbox Series X, taking a look at the now updated, aka optimized experience. It has gotten a small sort of upgrade. I don't believe you'll see the logo on this one, but it is actually improved with visual options. So what we get here, to start off, is the quality mode now runs at a 4K 60 FPS mode. So that means 4K, 60 hertz. There is DRS enabled, so that means it's dynamic resolution scaling in case, there are ever any issues keeping the frame rate going. The performance or the resolution was slightly dropped. But yeah, it's a very clean and now smooth running game. If you don't recall playing this prior, the game would be basically 4K 30 and there was a 1080 60 mode, but now we have the benefit of easily just enjoying 4K 60, and I think that is absolutely fantastic, especially if you're a fan of this really great zombie game, which I think is generally just quite fantastic. Now there is a secondary mode, and we're going to show that off towards, well, the second half of the video, so you can jump there if you want to see it. Basically what that mode is it's going to give us 120 hertz, so that's 120 FPS. That's kind of exciting. So that mode is 1080 120. So that's kind of really awesome to have available as well as another option, because not only did they give us a stellar 4K 60 mode, they also give us the option for 120, which is kind of nuts for this type of game, and that kind of excites me because I can't wait to see what Rebellion does next, because they make a lot of similar games to this. And if they're going to give us stellar modes like that in this update, just imagine what kind of cool things we're going to get in future updates. So that's, sort of thrilling for me. And it does also mention that the 120 hertz requires an HDMI 2.1 display. So keep that in mind, because typically, depending on the hertz and everything like that, you don't always need the 2.1 cord. Sometimes it's a little glitchy if you don't have it and you have another type of cord that supports it, but they specifically mention that in the description, so keep that in mind. They've also reduced the loading times of the game, and the toggle is in the menu. We'll quickly show off the toggle, and you have to restart the game in order to have the effect, so that's why I'm not able to just change on the fly like I normally would for this type of game. So just keep that in mind in case you're wondering, hey, why don't you just switch back and forth and show it that way, because I can't. So we'll do the horde mode while doing that kind of display so that you can see the difference between them. The game also does note that it has VRR support, so variable refresh rate. That's kind of cool. And it also says console keyboard, mouse, and PC gamepad, so that might be something you can use as well. In the settings, it notes that, and it also notes HDR support, but for whatever reason I don't have HDR running on my TV at the current point in time, so I think it might just be an issue on my end as opposed to being removed to any degree. So let's talk about the game now. This game's fantastic. If you are not familiar with the Zombie Army series, it's really great. So what they do is they release a Sniper Elite entry, and then they follow it with a smaller kind of spin-off that is the Zombie Army game. So they did this, Zombie Army 1, 2, and 3, and it grew a little bit with each time, and then they released a trilogy pack at the beginning of the generation. There's a video up on the channel, so you can get details about that. Oh, look at that shark. That's gnarly. Anyways, like I was saying, they did the 3 entries, but this is the first time they've done, a full-blown spin-off experience of Zombie Army 4. It's like a full game. It's got the campaign that's really epic with multiple chapters. It's got a horde mode. They have added tons of great expansion content that you can, purchase and everything like that expands the story further. And I do actually suggest checking that stuff out because it's really cool. Not only do you get new story content, you also get new skins and new, customization options, and I think it's definitely worth doing. So yeah, it's actually got a bit of a story to it. You don't need to have played the previous games, but I do actually suggest checking out the Zombie Army trilogy. It's kind of awesome, and it does give you a really cool story point that this does build from. But you can jump into this as your first Zombie Army game and have a good time doing so. So the game plays kind of like Left 4 Dead almost. You're working through these various chapters, fighting the zombies, the Nazi zombie army and stuff across different scenarios. And you're pushing forward. There's lots of different chapters. You can replay the game a lot. You can connect with others in quick matchmaking and everything. You can play by yourself if you'd like to, but this really is a cooperative effort, needless to say. I do think the most value of this is connecting and playing with other people, whether that's others online or your friends. And I think it's definitely, really good to experience the game with a group of people. I think it just makes it a lot more fun and fulfilling. And yeah, the zombies are gonna start coming and it's gonna get nuts. But I'm just loving the fluidity, because on I think the 1X was when I reviewed it on the 1X and then the Series X. And back then it was just like, you want the fluidity, you have to drop the resolution a ton. But here, we get to enjoy the full scale of the resolution, and we don't have to, drop that fluidity at all. And I'm just really, really happy about that. It just makes the game a lot better to play and kind of run around in. It feels fantastic, and it looks great. And I'm assuming that this is going to be the primary mode for a lot of people, because I don't know how many people are set up with 120 hertz displays. But I think this is a fantastic way to experience the game, and I love that this is the default for people on the next gen. Are these zombies ever coming? I want to get killing. It sounds like the undead are going to be coming. People are shooting. Where are they coming from? Oh, and there's lots of like little trap things you can use, and equipment that you can pick up, and grenades, and you have these like abilities that I can unleash here on zombies. It's really quite cool. Are they? Oh, they're coming. The zombies are coming. But yeah, you can kind of see like you got all these different abilities you can unleash and kind of strong melee things. And you can like modify your guns and make them more powerful. As you can tell, I got a bit of an electrical upgrade and stuff. It's quite awesome. And yeah, it's generally just a really fun time. It's a fully expansive game. I think it's highly worth checking out. It's really great. A good amount of game time to it. You can have a lot of fun with friends. Or you can kind of go in alone, like I said, but I think it's just, so much more valuable to experience this with others and have fun with the different, like there's lots of different zombie types, lots of different like boss type things you got to take out. It's got an epic story to it. So many neat challenges and fun situations. And like I said, you can play this by yourself. I played most of it by myself because I was reviewing it ahead of launch, so I wasn't really able to play with others as much as I wanted to at that point, but it was cool to experience in that way. I think it's just a really great game. And I'm wondering about the music. Like, the music's so weird at this part for some reason. I don't remember it being like this. But it is, like, just such a cool experience. And if you find this game is something you like and you enjoy the style of it, I highly suggest checking out their other games. The Sniper Elite series is a little bit more of a serious shooter, based on the same like mechanics, and then there's this thing called the Strange Brigade, which is like this style of co-op gameplay, but it's like a 1930s adventure style, and it's really, really awesome and funny, and you fight like mummies and stuff. It's really, really interesting. So I do suggest checking that one out if you do find that this is a fun experience for you, because the games play very similar, and Rebellion puts together some really awesome efforts and some really great titles that I have enjoyed thoroughly over the years. And it's great to see the zombie army games get to like this high caliber of an experience that they've become, they've gotten to. To me, that's really exciting, because yeah, I remember them being like, small and growing and growing. And I always get excited for when they announce a new Sniper Elite game, because that usually means like a year or two later that a new zombie army is coming, and that always excites me, because this franchise is just spectacular. So I've only been using like my rifle, but you have secondary guns, you also got like a pistol, different weapons and tools that you can unleash on the undead as you fight through them. And you got like a full leveling system in the game that you can work through, which is kind of exciting. Obviously on Xbox, I've got like a high account going, which is nice. It's definitely fun to be able to experience this game and share it with people, mostly because I think it definitely does deserve more people checking it out. I think it's got such a good variety of locations and challenges and things that you can kind of face off in. And again, it's so easy to connect and play with others. And there's secrets too. There's like collectibles you can find if you want to do that. And I think it's got a decent amount of replay value. And like I had mentioned with the whole Left 4 Dead perspective, like you're literally going area to area kind of fighting, and then eventually there's like this safe room you can get into, and that sort of acts as the checkpoints. Oh, there's the poster over there. I'm going to try to get that, because obviously I don't have it. And I'd like to get it at least so I can get something out of replaying these areas, right? Crap, how do I get over there? I think it's over in that spot. Oh, so much of the undead to kill, so little time. Those are the heavies. They're pretty dangerous indeed. Yeah, you know, it's mostly linear, but there are little bits of areas where you get like a sense of freedom to them, which are fun. And then you can find like some of the creepiest occult stuff. Like there's like this group of little screaming like weird doll children and stuff that you can run into, and those guys are just nuts. Oh yeah, and then you can attach the electrical like sort of upgrade thing too. So this kind of adds a little bit of a curve of damage to what I'm doing, so I can annihilate people. Our teammate got down, so that's not good. I think they got revived already. Seeing it does a little bit of an electrical attack. And there's traps in the environment. Again, it's just a really good game. You know, the trilogy is cool too, so I suggest checking that out. It's a lot of fun, provides many unique experiences, and I've had just a thrilling time, and it's been a pleasure playing and showing this game off so many times to people. And I hope it just kind of entices folks to give this a whirl and to maybe check out their other games, because they're all really, really good and a lot of fun. Ooh, the fire thing, that smelled fantastic. And I think with that, we're going to switch over to a horde mode so that you can see the 120 hertz in action. So this is the performance mode, which we did mention as being 1080 at 120 hertz. So keep in mind that YouTube can't showcase 120, I can't record at 120, so you're kind of just seeing the benefit of that, which is an insanely fluid looking experience, and I hope you kind of get an idea of the benefits of that, despite, you know, not being able to see the full presentation of it. It really is quite remarkable in regards to the movement. Like, it is so smooth and fast, it's honestly kind of amazing that they were able to, well, it's not too amazing, I guess the extra power here makes sense, but you know, just for a minor upgrade to be able to give us this, that's just all so awesome. It really, really is, especially when you're moving around in a shooter to do 120. And I mean, it's not necessarily like the most competitive of experiences. We're fighting like zombies cooperatively, right? But still at the same time, you know, to be able to shoot and react like this is just, you know, I never thought we would see it in this kind of game, is the biggest point that I'm trying to make for this one. It's truly quite exciting. Yeah, this feels so good. Bravo, I gotta say, it's so cool to see this. And I mean, obviously, big resolution dip, which is expected. But, you know, it still looks really good, and you can still enjoy that high level of fluidity. So it's definitely worth checking out if you have, you know, an interest in this mode and you have the capability to do it. I think it kind of actually does deliver on that for you quite well here. I don't really want to take any other grenades. Med kits. No, I need ammo. He's got that one guy not playing. Got no ammo there either? Oh man, this is not a good situation at all. Why are there so many enemies and so low bullets? To do some firework here. Oh wow, it's a wall of enemies. Thought I could maybe go over there and save that guy, but that was not the case. At least you can move so insanely fast that the zombies have a hard time kind of keeping up. Oh geez, there are a lot of the undead here. So I want to refill all ammo. Yep, thank you very much. Oh come on! As soon as I get that, the big guy comes. Oh, we're on wave 8. No wonder things are like so rough on this one. I thought we were starting off fresh. Surprised I didn't get access to some better guns in here. This thing is totally gonna get me. There are a wave of enemy troops there. Oh, I am alive! I think this game is disconnected. I'm gonna take a random stab at that and say so because everybody is kind of hopping around and not doing anything. That sucks. Alright, there we go. We had one person disconnect and the thing rebooted, but we can keep on fighting, keep on playing, and hopefully actually work on this well without somebody that wasn't even playing, I guess. So anyways, let's go kill some zombies. It's not the best map to really show this off on visually, but, you know, it's kind of a neat area, I think, just in terms of being, like, really congested and a little bit spooky. I thought I picked up the rifle here. There we go. Let's get out of that scope. Yeah, this feels just so fantastic. Like, the character moves so quickly. Like, 4K 60 is awesome. You know, you get that balance, you get the visuals, you get the fluidity. But, you know, you jump up on here, you do 120, and it just, like, feels unreal. Like, I'm so surprised we get so many games that are running like this. And it just kind of excites me, because I wonder the potential of just how many we're going to see actually, you know, out of the gates have 120 as an option. Bravo, Rebellion. Assuming any of them ever check this out, but, you know, bravo on that. This is just great. And this isn't even like a fully built from the ground up specifically for Series X version, right? So that just kind of gets me even more excited about the future Sniper Elite titles and what they're going to do with it, and then the Zombie Army ones too, right? Oh geez, we got a lot of the undead coming, guys. We got a lot of zombies. There we go, and that didn't even kill that thing. Jeez. Oh, it did? Okay, good. Oh, I've got a mine here. Okay, yeah, let's plant this mine. And let's go get some more ammo. But I mean, it still looks decently good here. It's just the fluidity that I'm, like, blown away by. It's always so weird, because it's like playing games entirely different almost. And I'm genuinely shocked that this is such a thing this gen, because I just didn't think that it would be such a focus, or that I would be so blown away by having these kind of like fluidity options. Shooters are just great at it. Then again, I think any game kind of running at this level of like fluidity and realism is just top notch. But you know, in general, I hope this kind of gave you an idea of like what the game is like. Obviously, with this being the horde mode where you're just kind of surviving. And then there being lots of different options, you know, you want to play like story stuff, do that together, you can replay things, I think that's great. Just offers a lot for you to experience, and just a lot of gameplay, and you can keep leveling up and improving, and even I, you know, coming back here and like doing, like replaying stuff, I still have a lot of fun with it. I still think it's pretty awesome. It's just generally such a cool and unique experience, because there's lots of zombie games out there, but this one really does actually kind of stand out as being its own sort of thing, which is kind of nice. Hopefully that gets those and helps us out a bit. But anyways, that's Zombie Army 4 Dead War. Hopefully, I don't know if we'll have an excuse to play this one again, but, you know, hopefully in the future we'll be able to do more from the series and stuff. I think that's really exciting to think about, and yeah.